And welcome to Upon Further Review. I'm Josh Aubrey. Plenty to get to in this week's show as our area high school football teams wrap up the regular season this week, and still plenty on the line for most all of our area teams. The Statesboro Blue Devils looking to rebound from their loss to Ware County. They'll be on the road at Jenkins with a chance at being either the number 3 or the number 4 seed. They are the only team right now that is for sure in the state playoffs. As for the Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets, despite only having one win so far in the region, they still have a chance of making it to the state playoffs. They host Burke County. Burke County's had a lot to deal with this week as their coach collapsed on the field on Monday night when they played Wayne County. They ended up losing that game in overtime, 17-16, and now they turn around and play at Southeast Bulloch Friday night. If the Jackets win that game by 11 points or more, they are in the state playoffs as the number 4 seed. They could possibly even be the number 3 seed if they win by more than 20 points. But as for the Bulloch Academy Gators, they're right on the bubble right now. As far as making the state playoffs, they have a big game coming up with Pinewood Friday night. If they win that game, they'll be in for sure. If they lose, there's still an opportunity that they might be able to make it to the state playoffs, but we'll have to wait and see. And as for the Portal Panthers, their playoff hopes were dashed last week as they lost to McIntosh County Academy. This week, they'll wrap up the regular season on the road at Jenkins County. As for the Georgia Southern Eagles, coming off a bye week, a huge game for them as they are currently 5-3 overall and 2-2 in conference play. If they beat South Alabama this Saturday, they become bowl eligible. South Alabama comes in with a 6-2 record, and they're 3-1 in conference play, so it should be quite a battle. That game taking place at 4 o'clock at Paulson Stadium. We'll hear from Coach Helton and some players. We'll also hear from our area high school football coaches. All that and more coming up on Upon Further Review. And a reminder before we go to break, hopefully you'll never be in an accident, but if so, please give our friends at the Sullivan Law Firm a call, 912-489-8888. or online at thesullivanlawfirm.com. McCooks Pharmacy, located on Highway 80 East, is family owned and operated by Lynn and Janie McCook, as well as their son, Josh McCook. Serving the Bulloch County area since 2005, McCook's Pharmacy offers fast and friendly service where the customers come first. Vaccinations are available, including shingles, flu, pneumonia, and Tdap. Drive-through service is available with 2 drive-through windows for your convenience. McCook's Pharmacy offers free local deliveries, and new customers are always welcome. Continuing the tradition of our family caring for your family, McCook's Pharmacy, Highway 80 East. It's now time for our Athletes of the Week, brought to you by Morris Bank. Well, a big game for the Georgia Southern Eagles. They're coming off a bye week. Before that, they beat Old Dominion on the road, their second straight Sun Belt victory. Right now, the Eagles right in the mix for a Sun Belt championship, despite being 2-2 in league play. They've got South Alabama coming up Saturday at 4 o'clock at Paulson Stadium. The Jaguars come into this game 6-2 on the season and 3-1 in conference play. The Eagles have dominated this series in the past with a 7-1 series advantage, but they did lose pretty handedly last year against South Alabama on the road down in South Alabama. Let's send you out to hear from head coach Clay Helton and a couple of the players about how they feel coming off the bye week and entering this game with South Alabama.
To be able to have a bye week just to heal up a little bit was necessary for a football team, and to give us a little bit of time on a really good South Alabama team. I credit our players and our staff right now to have put us in a position to have a chance to make a really memorable November. They always say they remember what you do in November, and here we sit one game out of first and having the opportunity, to do some special things to to earn a postseason opportunity. With that being said, we have a great South Alabama team coming in here that is extremely well coached, one of the better defenses not only in our league but in the country, a top 25 defense, and an offense that knows how to put points on the board. I've always been a fan of Major Applewhite's offenses. He's doing a tremendous job of educating their quarterback and his decision making, especially in the RPO game. It's going to be a really challenge. We're grateful to be back in Paulson. They have the next 4 right here at home in Statesboro, which will help us in November, and we look forward to further opportunity to compete on Saturday. This team is 6-2. Their 2 losses is to a top 25 team on the road in UCLA that they took to the brink, and then their second loss was a 1-score game against the team that is currently leading the West Division. So this is a really good football team that I would compare a lot to when James Madison walked in here. They have an elite defensive squad that is a top 25 defense that is extremely athletic, that puts pressure on you both on your quarterback as well as gets the ball down in space and knows how to cover the deep ball. Offensively, they are ultra impressive with the quarterback being able to diagnose fronts, coverages. The RPO game that they have, I think, is elite. They make you cover every inch of grass on the field with their 11 and 12 personnel functionality. This is a tough football team. This is really 2 really good football teams that are in the exact same position, both one game back, fighting like heck to get to that conference championship game. So it seems like every week that's the case, but in this case, this is one of the better teams in our league playing really good football in the moment.
It was great having the bye week. Guys were able to, get more rest and get more healthy for this upcoming week. And, we were able to go back and look at some things and clean up some, some technique things. And, that was always a good thing to have the bye week. Week to week, we're getting better. We're just tuning in on the little things and, trusting our coaching. Coach Harris and the whole defensive staff, they do a great job of having us prepare each and every week. And we just got to go out there and execute. South Alabama, we respect them. They're a great team. But, watching the film, there's a lot of shifts and motions. So we're going to have to defensively, we're going to have to communicate a lot. So that's going to be one of the major things that we're going to emphasize on, just making sure everybody's on the same page and, just doing our job.
Coming off a 8-game streak, being able to just get our bodies back where they needed to be and being able to lock in on the details for the next opponent, a jump start on everything. I say overall, we're pretty good. Everyone looks pretty healthy so far. Not a lot of injuries. Not a lot of injuries on the team. So more locked in. Have focused on our details of what we have to do. We still, got that distasteful taste in our mouths from last year, but I feel like we're a better team than last year. So we just come out and do what we do.
Once again, that game taking place at 4 o'clock at Paulson Stadium. Stay with us. High school action and previews coming up next. Wildflower Farms, located on Old Register Road in Statesboro, is a unique rental property for those visiting the Statesboro area. Located on a beautiful 6 acres just off the beaten path, Wildflower Farms has 4 bedrooms, including a game room and full kitchen, as well as an outdoor fire pit, and comfortably sleeps 8 to 10 people. And for those who may be in town for a show or rodeo at the Ag Center, a horse B&B is coming soon with 6 stalls and plenty of room to run in the adjacent pasture. Also available for events as well, you can book through Airbnb or call 912-536-7787 for more information. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, providing primary care for Statesboro area patients since 1998, providing complete physicals, complete sports physicals, Medicare wellness exams, full diabetes treatment, and education from lifestyle changes to oral medications to insulin pump therapy, in-house dermatology, in-house circulation tests, and ultrasounds, and in-house labs. Featuring nurse practitioner Melissa Beasley, Family Internal Medicine of Statesboro can accommodate same-day or next-day appointments to serve your needs. Family Internal Medicine Associates of Statesboro, where we care.
Owning a small business is kind of a big deal. State Farm agents can help you find the right insurance coverage at the right price.
Call State Farm agent Matthew Tyson in Statesboro today.
Well, the Statesboro Blue Devils coming off a tough loss at home to Ware County, which wrapped up their home regular season schedule. This week, though, the Blue Devils on the road at Jenkins. They have a chance to be the number 3 or the number 4 seed, depending if they win or lose the game. We had a chance to talk with head coach Jeff Kaiser and some of his players about the opportunity Friday night.
We're beat up. We're sick. We're fighting off the flu running through our locker room right now. Several guys out with that today. Injuries have taken its toll, so we're in next man up mode. Kids had a good day yesterday. Some younger guys that hadn't got any varsity snaps this year stepping up in practice and doing some good things. So we're playing for seeding on Friday. If we win, we're the 3. We lose, we're the 4 against a good Jenkins team in Savannah. So looking forward to that. You know, it's a gut check for the kids. You know, it's easy to get down, and after a defeat like that, you see the look in some of them's eyes that might be ready for it to be over with. Fortunately, most of our seniors are strong enough to know that crazy things happen in the postseason. So when we get there, wherever we are, it's just a matter of continuing to work on execution. And like I said, depth is really struggling right now. We've got, I think, 8 starters out with the injury that we started the season with. So it's next man up mode, and those guys are expected to produce as well. Big, fast, and physical. They've got 2 D1 signees on their defensive front, and our offensive line is depleted, so that doesn't go for a good matchup. But the guys that have stepped in have continued to fight to get better. They are very athletic. Run 2 different offenses, so that presents a challenge. They run the wing tee and the spread, so it's like preparing for 2 different teams. Defensively, they're simple yet big and fast. So, you know, it'll be another huge challenge for us this week. We got to keep our defense off the field. We've got to maintain drives and score, and that's something we haven't done in our losses in the region.
I feel good about this week. You know, we just got to keep playing, got to keep battling. We've got a couple guys that's out, but next man up, got to keep going. I know they're going to be running the ball a lot. They're just like Metter, heavy run. But I know we can stop them. We just got to come to play. Have fun. We think about it too much. So just got to go out and play.
I'm feeling pretty good. We're getting back, getting stronger at practice, getting better, fixing everything. Feeling pretty good. I mean, they're putting in the work at practice, learning, just getting it done. I expect us to pull it out, be the 3 seed, go on the road, win again, and keep it on rolling.
Southeast Bulloch Coaches Show segment is brought to you in part thanks to Southeast Tire and Service. Southeast Tire and Service has been in business for 13 years, offering extensive vehicle repair and service from bumper to bumper. Come have a cup of coffee with us and let us help you with your car needs. Located at 400 Parker Avenue in Brooklyn. The Southeast Bulloch segment of our show is brought to you in part thanks to Bulloch Solutions. Visit them at bulloch.solutions to find out how they can connect you to the highest speeds for all your technology needs. The Southeast Bulloch Yellow Jackets seemed like their season had come to a close as far as the postseason goes with their loss last week to Wayne County, but still an opportunity as Wayne County beat Burke County on Monday. Now the Jackets, if they win by 11 points or more, will earn the number 4 seed in the state playoffs. A loss or a victory by less than 11 and their season comes to a close. We had a chance to talk with head coach Jared Zito and some of his players about what they have to look forward to Friday night.
Well, again, we got senior night this Friday, region game here at Fred Shaver Field, and yeah, there's still some stuff out there. If we were able to pull off an upset and score enough points, then there's an opportunity for us to go get back in the postseason. The challenge is there for us. Our kids are going to play hard. I know that. We got to play a little bit better from an execution standpoint. We got to limit our turnovers. That's really hurt us. We're not taking the ball away a ton, but we're also giving it away a little bit more than we should. So if we'll take care of the football and prevent the big play, and I think Burke County's certainly capable of doing that, we'll have a chance. Our heart goes out to Burke County, to Coach Parker. Our thoughts and prayers are with Coach and his family and that school and community and those players. That's a tough deal. That's real life stuff. It has nothing to do with football. So we certainly hope and pray that he is doing okay and his family's there with him. For their team, that's tough on high school kids to see all that stuff and then try to refocus. They've got a really good football staff over there and a lot of tradition. Hopefully their coaches, I'm sure, are able to pull those guys together. Sometimes that can be unifying when you're pulling in the same direction together for someone else like their coach. But it is going to be a short week for them, and not only mentally but really physically. They played a physical football game versus Wayne County, but I'm sure they're going to come in here ready to play on Friday. They got a lot of good players, and they do a good job. Well coached, really fast on defense. Offensively, the quarterback's really good player, good decision maker. They got some skilled kids that can really hurt you in the perimeter. Big offensive line, well schooled. And they really do a good job schematically offensively. They give you a ton of formations and motions, and the play action game really gives you fits. So they're a really good team. They've been a really good team for a long time, and there's a reason. They've got really good players, and they're very well coached.
We're feeling pretty good. We're preparing this week to play them. Burke County's a real good team, and I feel like we'll be able to play pretty good against them. I feel like we have a good chance to make some big plays. Like a lot of the things that messes up are simple mistakes that we can easily fix. Looking forward to the opportunity to be able to make state this year, back-to-back years, but we'll see what happens on Friday.
We're not feeling the best because, a loss is a loss, but a loss doesn't really define the team. We're giving great effort all the time, and it just, the scoreboard may dictate others, but I feel like everyone on the team's doing their best. I feel like we'd probably treat this game like any other game. We'll go out there, we're going to prepare, we're going to practice all week, we're going to look at their scheme, we're going to see how they do things, and we're going to go out there and try to win the game.
That game taking place at 7:30, Fred Shaver Field, Friday night in Brooklyn. Stay with us. Bulloch Academy previews coming up next. The Bulloch Academy segment is brought to you in part thanks to Floors Outlet of Statesboro, located on Northside Drive. Come by and visit Mo for all your floor covering needs. Fall is here, and we've got you covered at RJ Pope's. Cheer on your favorite team with performance polos and jackets from Peter Millar and Gentile, as well as Southern Tide and AFCO. For ladies, they have the latest trends and fashions, including men's and women's jackets from Patagonia and Barber. RJ Pope's has a wide variety of on-cloud shoes for men and women, and a great selection of hats and caps. Shop one of their 3 locations, RJ Pope's downtown, Buckhead Plaza, and Vidalia. Well, it's been a tough stretch for the Bulloch Academy Gators, who have gone on a losing streak after winning every other game for the first 4 games of the year. Now the Gators have the opportunity still to make the state playoffs, but it will take a victory against Pinewood to assure them of making it. They still could lose and possibly make it to the state playoffs, but they know with a victory they are in. We had a chance to talk with head coach Aaron Phillips and some of the players about the opportunity.
We still may have done enough. There's no real parity in 4A. Everybody's kind of beat everybody. There's no team that just stands out and you feel like they're going to whoop you. The problem with us right now is we not only are we kind of self-inflicting some wounds, and we're allowing people to hang around and convert 4th downs and extend drives. We're banged up now. We got Luke Willoughby's out for this week. He's not playing, still trying to overcome an injury. Carter Hennon is a game-time decision, probably not going to practice any this week. He hadn't played in 3 weeks. So there's two of your starters right there on both sides of the ball, basically, who are out. And then also Ben Aaron, he's kind of banged up a little bit too, so you don't really know what the outcome. I think he'll play and he'll be fine, but we're really banged up, and we got some other kids that are that play backup roles, that are some depth guys that are also injured, and it starts to weigh on you at this time of the year. You kind of want to be healthy, and get all your injuries out the way early, and you want to be playing your best football. And from a defensive standpoint, we improved this week. We really did. I thought we played good. I mean, if you'd have told us we were only going to give up 30, I probably would have shook your hand Friday and taken that, because I thought we would score 40, and we should have. You just can't turn the ball over deep inside the red zone, and you can't have turnovers with interceptions and fumbles and really the costly penalties. Just if you could dial up a worse time to have one, we're hitting the nail on the head when it comes to that. Coach Washington and them do a good job over there. I've played Coach Washington a lot over the years at Edmund Burke, and we've had some really good games. They got a great quarterback in the Booth kid and two big wide receivers that he likes to chunk it to, but they're in the same boat with us too. They graduated a ton of kids from last year, the one thing they have over there that we're trying to build here is that stability and that culture. They got the same guy who's been the captain of the ship for a long, long time, through thick and thin. When they have down years, they still continue to do their same thing, and they're better for it, down the road. And that's what we're trying to get to here. I know we'll be better next year. I know that, we're better now than we were at the beginning. It's just so the teams we're playing. Pinewood, it's a rivalry, so it's just like Georgia and Georgia Tech or Alabama and Auburn. It really doesn't matter. You can throw records out the window then, or who beat who or who won their last one, or even, watching scores. Frederica beat them the same they beat us. You can throw all that stuff out the window. So who's going to execute, and who's going to, play the game and not let, get caught up in all the other stuff and, emotions. You got to keep all that stuff in check when you play these rivalry games, because it's still football, and you don't want to do something stupid or get so emotionally jacked that you can't function or you can't align or you can't execute. So I think that's what it comes down to. What we do is going to give them trouble, and what they do is going to give us trouble. So, I hope it's a good fought game, and I hope we're in it in the fourth quarter. And if we're doing that, if we're able to do that, then I always feel like if I can score, or I'm one score away, or I'm one score up in the fourth, then I'm always within striking distance one way or the other. And that's where you really want your team. And as you get better, you're going to be, pulling away from guys. But we're not quite there yet, but we're going to get there. And our guys are excited to play. They're ready to roll. So it's a big week. It's my first time experiencing Bulloch in Pinewood, so I heard it's crazy. And both fan bases are going to be, nuts on Friday, and this place is going to be rocking. So, as a coach, that's what you want, you want to play and coach in these games, So there's no motivation speech this week. If you're not ready, then you're playing the wrong sport.
Well, I think, we've had a lot of losses this season, and especially since one of our teammates lost his dad. It's been hard on all of us. But I think that we've really been working hard, and I think we're ready to play Pinewood this week. I feel very strongly about us. I think we have a really good shot at winning. Their passing game, I think, is pretty strong, but I think we can hold them, and I think we can take home a win.
I think we're feeling all right. Last week was a tough loss, and I think that we're going to make some adjustments this week, and we're going to be all right. We see that they have a few key players, and if we stop them and control them, then it's going to be okay for us.
And as for the Portal Panthers, their season will come to a close after they play Friday night on the road at Jenkins County. That'll wrap things up for now. We thank you for joining us. Hope to see you again next week.